Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. So today we're going to talk about our swap that's over on my Facebook page, Coffee, Cake, and Crafting. It is a Halloween swap. If you are on Facebook, go ahead and head over to Coffee, Cake, and Crafting, and you can go to the event section and sign up there. If you're not on Facebook, please contact me if you want to do this swap, and we will get you sorted. So the first thing I want to make very, very clear is that if you go to the event section and you see the Halloween swap and you click on going, you are committing to the swap. You are saying, I'm going to do this swap no matter what. I'm going to have it in by the due date and I'm going to follow all instructions. So if you feel that you may want to do this, but you're not sure of scheduling, do not click going. You can click maybe, or you don't have to click anything actually. But if you decide before I make partners, if you decide you do want to do the swap, then go ahead and click going. Okay. So if you click going and you don't do the swap, like you contact me after the due date, then unfortunately, you're not going to be allowed to swap with us anymore. Because what happens is everyone's waiting on their swap. I have to scramble to find someone else to take your spot. And it's just really hectic. So please make sure that if you click going, you know that you are committing to the swap. Okay, so that's the housekeeping out. So the due date for this is October 9th. That means it needs to be postmarked by October 9th. So you can put it in the mail October 9th. But that's the last day that you can have it in the mail. So please check your schedules. I know there's a lot going on. There's homecomings, there's Halloween parties at school. You know, there's a lot going on. So please check your schedule and make sure that you can have it in the mail by October 9th. So that gives you about a month to do it. You know, please communicate with me if anything comes up. I know life happens, but please communicate with me. The sooner the better. We just want to make sure that everyone gets their Halloween stuff before Halloween, because nothing's worse than getting Halloween stuff after Halloween because we already moved on to Thanksgiving. Okay, so postmarked October 9th. You're going to be in groups of 4. So there was a little error on my page, and I know that caused some confusion, but you're going to be in groups of 4. So you're going to make 3 sets, and you're going to receive 3 sets back from your other partners. So you're going to be in a group of 4. You're one of them, and you're going to have 3 partners. So you're going to make 3 of everything I'm about to tell you, package them up nicely for each partner, and then mail them to me. Once I receive everyone's swap, I will put yours in a flat rate envelope from your partners, and I will mail that to you. So that's a little confusing. If you need clarification, please, you can private message me. So the return postage is $7.20. That's the cost of a flat rate envelope. If your swap does not fit in a 9x13 envelope, I am going to contact you for additional postage because I have to pay additional postage. So I don't want to be out any money. So just make sure you do know that. So here's the biggest question. Yes, you are essentially paying for postage twice because you have to pay to get your swaps to me and you have to pay to receive your swaps back. So the reason why we do that is so you're not sending 3 separate packages. You're just sending 1 package with 3 different swaps in it. That way you don't have to worry about 3 other people's addresses, anything like that. You just have to worry about my address, which is on the page. And then you also know you're guaranteed to get 3 swaps back because you made 3 and you're going to get 3 back from your other partners. So the reason why I swapped that way is because on other pages, I've swapped, I've made stuff, spent, $50, whatever, and never received anything back, which, we do swap because we love swapping. However, that's what swapping is. I'm going to give you something to get something in return. So it's no fun when you've done all of this work and time and effort and you find out that the person is not going to send you anything and they're just scamming you to get your stuff. And also I do this so that way we can have quality control, because I have been in swaps where the person sent me literally junk. I mean, like the wrapper off of an envelope and copy paper that had like a half a sticker on it. Like, I'm not even lying. That's what I received after I spent $30 on the swap and mailed great stuff to her and got literally trash and a folded over piece of copy paper with a ripped off sticker. So I want to make sure that you're not going to get ripped off like that. So that's why I quality control. So my thinking is that if you're willing to pay the shipping both ways, it's essentially $15. Then you're going to send quality, and knock on wood, everyone who has swapped on my page has done an absolute amazing job and sent amazing stuff that we can learn from each other. So you'll see some examples of that in just a second. Okay, so that's the housekeeping. So you're going to make 3 sets. If you want to make a 4th set for me, I greatly appreciate it. You don't have to make a 4th set for me. It's just easier if you do, so that way I can do the reveal video. But if you don't have enough products to do 4 sets, then definitely just do the 3 and leave one of them open so that way I can show it on the reveal video. Okay, if any of this does not make sense, please private message me and I will clarify as best as I can. Okay, next, let's see. Okay, so the actual swap is 1 tag, 1 ATC, 2 3x3 cards, 1 letter, and 2 goodies. Okay, so we're going to break it down. We'll go over all of them. So 1 tag. You want to have a tag. I didn't put any measurements because tags come in all different sizes. If you have a big tag, like say a 4x5, then you only need to make 1 tag. But if you're going to do small tags, like, you know, a 3x2 tag, put 2 in there so that way, you know, they're substantial. That's the key word here. Make it substantial. Make it something you would like to receive in return. And there's tons and tons of inspiration on this page, on my YouTube channel, on YouTube, on Google. There's tons of inspiration, okay? So your tag has to have at least 1 layer, 2 embellishments, the 2 from, and 1 hanging element. So here's an example of a Halloween tag. This one is 2.5 by 3.5. It has at least 1 layer, but she did 2 layers. So this one has purple paper and then black lace. 2 embellishments, so she has a flower here, rhinestone here, an extra banner here, trim here. So those are all examples of embellishments, and the little girl, the little witch here. So we don't want you to send in just this and say, oh, here's my tag. This is just a cut apart from a paper collection. It's not a tag. So if you want to use a cut apart from a paper collection, like for instance this, you're more than welcome. However, you need to make it substantial. Your tag needs to be on chipboard or stack a couple pieces of cardstock. Make it substantial. Use your cereal boxes. You know, cover them in paper. That is your layer requirement right there. You know, cover. So make it substantial. Make it really nice. Your hanging element is just your twine or ribbon or tulle or whatever you're going to use, so that way we can hang our tag to the package. The 2 from, you're just going to write on the back, this is 2 from, and I think that's it. So here's an example of what I'm saying. If you're going to make it substantial, this tag right here, this is a super cute tag, right? But it does not meet the requirements because there's no embellishments on here at all. And it's just a piece of cardstock. I didn't put it on cereal board or anything like that. So it's very flimsy. And it doesn't have like any layers. So even though it's super cute, it does not meet the requirement. So if you have a tag like this, this is just your extra goodie to give to your friends or whatever. But you need to make it substantial. Okay? Make sure your tag has at least 1 layer, 2 embellishments, a to and from, and the hanging element, which is just your string or twine or whatever you're going to use. Okay, so an ATC card. So an ATC card is basically just 1 card from a pocket letter. I know pocket letters are more popular right now than ATC cards, but essentially it's the same thing, except for you're just making 1 card. Okay, so your ATC, which is artist trading card, is going to be 2.5 by 3.5, and you want to make it vertical, so 2.5 by 3.5. And It needs to have at least 2 layers and 2 embellishments, okay? So let me show you how easy it is to get those requirements. This one here has 1, 2, 3 layers. So she has gray, black, and then white. Her embellishment, she has lace, trim, spider, rhinestones, and sticker. So she has 3, 4, 5, 6 different embellishments on there. So you see how easy it is to have those layers and embellishments. So that's what you want to do. Okay, so at least 2 layers. You can do fold down papers. You can do, let me pull some of these out, some examples here. Here's a cutesy one somebody did. It has like stickers in 3D. Actually, I think this is the side here. But you want to make them substantial. You want to make them to where you can make them cutesy. This one is a shabby chic one where it has the pumpkin, the pink pumpkin. It has several layers, has several embellishments. So you can do it like that. Here's one that has 2 layers and then a rhinestone thingy, some eyelash trim, a spider, and a banner. So those are all good examples of 2 layers, 2 embellishments. So your requirement is that the card has to be 2.5 by 3.5. Okay. Your 3 by 3 cards. This is 3 by 3 side. This is a book, but I was just showing you the size of a 3 by 3. You're going to have a matching envelope. So if you don't have 3 by 3 envelopes, use your envelope punch board and make them. Oh, I didn't embellish this. So your cards have to have at least 2 layers and 2 embellishments. So again, like the same as the other one. And I think I just lost my cards somewhere. I don't know where they are. But like this here, 3 by 3. If you had this 31, you would add rhinestones and maybe some lace and another layer of paper somewhere on there. This one has 2 layers. This is the one that I made. So it has purple paper in the background. It has this yellow vintage paper here. That's my 2 layers. And I also added this wreath mesh stuff here. So that's another layer. And then 2 embellishments. I did flowers. I did seed beads. I did glitter. I did glossy accents. And I did this bead charm. So you can do 3 by 3 with that. However you want to jazz it up, but it needs to have 2 layers and 2 embellishments and a matching envelope. So a matching envelope for this one, for instance, I would just put these little flowers on the back of the envelope or stamp something that says Happy Halloween or stamp a skull. So that's all. Now the second card, here's our twist. If you've been with me since the beginning, you know that almost every single one of my swaps has a little twist. This one is a little hard. Not as hard as the Valentine's Day swap that we did that you could only use shades of black, which they came out amazing, and definitely check out that video. But this one here, you cannot use black for one of your 3 by 3 cards. Obviously the pupil of an eye, I mean, I'm not going to nitpick over that. The outline of a stamp, that's fine. But I don't want your focal point to have black. So this card actually was a good example. This isn't black behind it. It's actually purple. Just my lighting's weird. So as you can see, just the eyes are kind of black, kind of gray. So that's okay, because I mean, you can't get around that. Here's a great example of a Halloween card with no black. So this, she used gold, embossed a gold skeleton, made it into a ballerina skeleton, little flower. So this is the 2 layers, because there's a gold layer, a vellum layer, the shaker card. These are purple little bead things inside, so she made hers a shaker. They're not black, they're purple. But here's a great example of not using black. The shabby chic one I showed you didn't have any black in it. It was purple. This one, let's see. I had another one here that didn't have black on it. Let me find it. So yeah, use your color profile. Use your purples, your oranges, your greens, your yellows. You can make one a shabby chic. Halloween by using like purples and, well, I guess I don't have another one that doesn't have black, but like this shabby chic one that I just showed you, this is all pinks and purples and browns. It's still Halloween because she has her pumpkin. It says there's a spider, a little pink spider with the spider web and vellum on there. So yeah, that's an example of a Halloween card with no black in it. So use your creative juices. If you get completely frustrated, obviously send the second card however you want, because this is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be frustrating. Just put a little note like, hey, sorry, I couldn't do, without black or whatever. But just try. If you are feeling very daring, then try 0 black. Like not even like this one, not even the eyes black. So just, go outside of your box. Halloween does not have to be blacks and orange. It can be pinks and yellows and purples, greens. So, go out of your comfort zone and do that. Okay, so next is, we'll skip the letter. We'll come back to it at the end. And then 2 goodies. So one goodie had to be store-bought. So an example of a store-bought goodie would be, I promise I really was prepared for this, and now I can't find anything on my desk. Would be like a pack of Brads. Like, these are from my stash. I think I paid $1 and change for these little Brads. That's a goodie. Those little packs of flowers that we all got from Michael's. That's a goodie. Let's see. What else? Like a bag of lace and some chipboard pieces. That's a store-bought goodie. Or even a bag like this that has some cutouts and some flowers and clothespins and all kind of stuff. So a store-bought goodie is obviously something you buy at the store. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. Keep it under $3. Use the stuff you have in your stash, but just make sure that it's nice stuff. Unused items. So that's that. Or let me see. I don't know. You guys get my drift. Okay, so the other goodie needs to be a handmade goodie. So, for instance, this little book is a handmade goodie. So this is a cute little 3x3 book that I showed you guys how to make on one of my live videos. It's just using a sheet and a half of 12x12 paper, cereal box for the covers, and the inside is just very simple. That's all the inside is there. Okay, so this is a handmade goodie. If you crochet flowers, that's a handmade goodie. If you alter dominoes, that's a handmade goodie. Or, let's see. Here is a bookmark that somebody made. This is a handmade goodie. So she made an extra bookmark, added a little charm. So that's a handmade goodie. Just use your talents. Whatever you're into, make it really nice. So here comes packaging. Okay, packaging is a must. Here are some examples of packaging. And no, they're not Halloween themed because I just wanted to give you guys several different ideas. They don't have to be expensive. Like this packaging, it says wow, but all it is a glassine bag that has polka dots, a doily, and a stapled ribbon. So not expensive, but gorgeous. So you're going to package your goodie in this, and your ATC card, and your 3x3 cards, and your tag. You're going to put it all in this bag, and you're going to put you can put the person's name. You don't have to, but if you wanted to, you can say, okay, this one's Tiffany's. And then your next one, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put your ATC, your tag, your 2 3x3 cards, your letter, all of that into the bag and say this one is for, you know, the next person. So that's one example of packaging. If you want to get super fancy, you can make a topper for your bag. So this is just a clear bag. You can use a Ziploc if you want to, and make a topper. So this is made out of corrugated cardboard and then some cute little cutouts. So put some Halloween cutouts. That's another example. Let's see. Here's another one. This is actually a 3x3 card inside of an envelope that is attached to a bag. So what the person did is put this swap was for 3x3 cards. This is a 3x3 envelope. She put her 2 3x3 cards in here, and then and her tag, and then she put the rest inside here. So that's another way. And all she did was add some trim and some flat back pearls. So that's another way to be cute with packaging. If you want, you can use these fancy, expensive bags and then just decorate. This one actually had a big old stamp. You can't see it because my lighting's bad, but it has a butterfly stamp on the front. And she embossed it in gold. And then she also had a tag on the front of it that had everyone's name personalized. So you can do that. I'm not asking you to buy the expensive bags, but if you want to, you can. I'm okay with a Ziploc with a topper. Here is another example of packaging. So this one, she just used stickers and everyone's name on a tag. This little bag is the topper was just a topper die cut that she had. She just took a piece of 12x12 paper and folded it in half and stapled a Ziploc bag on the inside with the swap in it. So you could see some of the swap here. It is cute. She added a flower and a bow. So that's another packaging idea. Here's another one that was a bag with a topper. So she took a clear bag and just folded over a piece of craft paper and used some edge dies, made the edge, and then this is edge die as well, and then a rosette. So these are all examples of packaging. So you're going to take this and you're going to put your tag inside, your ATC, your 2 3x3 cards, your homemade goodie, and your store-bought goodie, which I'm just going to say, here we go, my store-bought goodie is a bottle of glitter. I'm going to put all that in there. And mail it like so. So it's super cute. Everything's in there. Good to go, right? Okay, so there's that. So packaging, if you have a question, please contact me, or if you need ideas of packaging, you'll see some great ideas on previous videos on this page. Also, obviously, YouTube and Facebook. Okay, so your letter, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be on a sheet of paper if you want to handwrite it. I suggest typing it because you have to print it 3 times. I don't like to handwrite anything, so I just print mine on the computer and print it off. If you don't have a printer, by all means, handwrite it. But you're going to answer the following questions, and I type them out on the event page, but I'll tell you here. So, what is your favorite fall drink and food? So, for instance, mine is, what is my favorite fall drink? I actually switch over to hot coffee, which I'm not really a huge fan of hot coffee, but I love iced coffee. But I will switch over to a toffee coffee, hot. I used to do pumpkin spice lattes, but I'm now allergic to pumpkin, and sometimes it's just the pumpkin spices, and sometimes it actually has pumpkin flakes in it, and I don't want to risk it, so no more pumpkin spice for me. My favorite fall food are like the chilies and the chowders, because now we're getting into soup weather. What saying and or trend that you thought was silly from the last year? I'm going to say the word fleek. I could not with that word. And the trend that I thought was silly, squiggly eyebrows. Yeah, I can't. What movie that absolutely scares you? So I'm a big chicken, and basically every movie scares me. Scooby-Doo scares me, not even gonna lie. I don't like it. But this year, the one movie that I can't even watch the previews without having nightmares is that Annabelle movie, because I don't do porcelain dolls. And I don't do clowns, but that's just a given right there. Like, that movie's meant to be scary. So is Annabelle. But the previews, I was watching Girls Trip, and the Annabelle preview came on, and I legit had to walk out during that preview because I was so scared. Okay, so for yourself, do you prefer creepy, cute, or sexy costumes? I go more of the creepy, cute. And I like group costumes. Like, one year my husband and I were the characters from Pulp Fiction. He was Samuel L. Jackson and I was Mia. So we were on the train going to London, and I had the whole syringe in my boobs with the blood and blood coming out of my nose. And, surprising enough, no one gave us a second look. And, he looked exactly like Samuel L. Jackson. He had the beard and the sideburns and the wig and everything. It was amazing. And then my favorite fall color combination is burnt sienna and like a burnt orange. So I'll show you an example of that. These are my go-to colors. I love them. Everything in my wardrobe are these colors. And muted pink. So here's like a muted pink with the burnt orange. Let me see if I have a sienna. And here's the, let's see. I don't really have a sienna color, but it's like this kind of. So that's my favorite fall color combination. So they're just so pretty together when you layer them up. So that's what I mean by that. Like, when you see the leaves falling, which two do you pick up? Do you pick up a green and a yellow and a red, or, what are your favorite fall color combinations? So I hope that clarifies what I mean. If you need more examples, please PM me. That way we'll have more examples. And yeah, so I hope you have fun. I hope you join the swap. Again, it's on my page, Yeah, I'm just lying to you. It's on my page, Coffee, Cake, and Crafting. And have a good night.